Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope students you all are doing very well and you are preparing at your home and you are regularly studying with the given material. So my dear class 9th students, today once again I am here with the 5th lecture of the sub-subject biology. Same chapter we are following, that is the cell. In the last video we have discussed about a little bit comparison between the plant cell and animal cell. We have studied the structure of the plant cell and animal cell. In the last video I told you that each and every part of the cell we have to study in detail form. Second last video we have discussed about the components of cell. In that case we have studied that there are the three main parts. The first one is the cell membrane or cell wall. Second, nucleus. And third one is cell organelles. Right? What are these? These are the three components of the cell. Every cell will follow these three components: cell membrane and cell wall, nucleus and cell organelles. In that topic, last video I told you that all cell organelles, all the components of the cell we have to discuss one by one in detail form. So today we are going to start the first topic of the components of cell, that is the cell membrane or plasma membrane. If you will recall your memory with the last video when we have studied the structure of the cell, right? For example, this is the cell, this is the nucleus, then this outer covering is called cell membrane or plasma membrane. The outer covering of the the outer covering of the animal cell is called the plant cell and animal cell, whereas in plant cells the cell membrane is present just below the cell wall. Cell wall के नीचे present होती है plasma membrane in plant cells, but in animal cells the outer covering of the cytoplasm, that is called the cell membrane or plasma membrane. So let's begin. Cell membrane or plasma membrane, very thin, flexible and semi-permeable membrane present outside and inside the cell wall. Present outside the cytoplasm and inside the cell wall. The liquid which is filled here, this is called the cytoplasm. This is called the cytoplasm. So because this layer is outside of the cytoplasm, that is why it is called membrane present outside the cytoplasm and inside the cell wall. So what is the cell membrane? It is called semi-permeable. Semi-permeable, why it is called? Because it allows the movement of the essential substances which are needed by the cell. So it allows the movement of substances from outside to inside, and it allows the movement of only those substances to outside which are not required by the cell. So due to the selective nature, the cell membrane or plasma membrane is considered as the semi-permeable membrane or selectively permeable membrane. Semi-permeable or selectively permeable membrane. So now discuss with the first of all, the Nageli and Kramer was the two biologists who has termed cell membrane. The outer covering of the animal cell is termed by Nageli and Kramer as cell membrane. Plough 1931 was given the name to this outer structure is called plasma lemma. Is called plasma lemma. Now next one is the composition. Composition. The cell membrane or plasma membrane 60% is made up of protein. Different kinds of the proteins are present in the plasma membrane, and 40% lipids. Lipids are the one type of fats, right? So what are these? These two are the main composition of the plasma membrane or cell membrane. The thickness of the plasma membrane is 75 angstrom. Is 75 angstrom. Now, plasma membrane is a bilayered structure, double membrane structure. No, it is a in which two phospholipid layers are present. We will discuss in the detail form when we will study. So for the structure of the plasma membrane, the different scientists have given their structures of models to provide the detailed structure of plasma membrane. Out of that, the very most acceptable model is called flood mosaic model, that is given by Singer and Nicholson. This model typically represents a structure of the plasma membrane. So today we will discuss about the flood mosaic model. Flood mosaic model of given plasma membrane given by Singer and Nicholson. Flood mosaic model. In the books, whenever you will see, then you will observe that it's a very complicated diagram is given. Just I am giving you very simple diagram by which you can understand that how the flood mosaic model is given by the Singer and Nicholson. Now this is the biphospholipid layer. Bilayer of phospholipid. Out of this is called hydrophobic. This part of the proteins lipids is called hydrophobic, and this tail part is called hydrophilic. Now this is called extrinsic protein. Now this is called intrinsic protein. I have given you a very simple and typical diagram related with the flood mosaic model. If somewhere the special types of the proteins are present, for example here you can see they are called glycoprotein. As before this topic we have discussed that plasma membrane is 60% is made up of the protein. So you can look here, the maximum parts of this classic structure is the proteinous part. Now why this is called extrinsic protein? This is called extrinsic protein because it is present outside of the phospholipid layer. Intrinsic proteins, they are embedded in the phospholipid layer, so that is why they are called intrinsic protein. Now what is this glycoprotein? Glycoprotein is the special type of the protein which are combined structure of the glucose or carbohydrate and protein. So that is why they are called glycoprotein, glucose plus protein. So due to the combined structure of glucose and protein, due to the combined structure of glucose and protein, this is called glycoprotein. Now, why this is called the fluid mosaic model? Fluid mosaic model because in this phospholipid layer, the proteins are just suspended, they are embedded and they are flowing just like the flowing structure. So due to this kind of the structure, they are called the fluid. This is called the fluid mosaic model. It is the most acceptable model for the structure of the plasma membrane and it is given by the Singer and Nicholson. Now, come on the next. What is the functions of the plasma membrane? Functions of plasma membrane. So, it works as a selectively permeable membrane. Second, provide a proper shape to the cell. Provide a proper shape to the cell. Third, helps in exocytosis and endocytosis. Helps in exocytosis and endocytosis. These are the three main functions of the plasma membrane. I am just explaining you. Works as a selectively permeable membrane because it allows only the selective substances to go inside and outside. That is called the selectively permeable membrane. Provide a proper shape to the cell because it is present to outside of the cell. So its main function to provide a proper shape to the cell. That is why this is called to provide a proper shape to the cell. Next one is the helps in exocytosis and endocytosis. What is the exocytosis and endocytosis? When any substance will come out from inside the cell, that is called exocytosis. When any substance will move from outside to inside the cell, so in that condition this is called the endocytosis. Now one more function you can add here. Work as a barrier. Works as a barrier because it is the barrier between the outer environment and internal environment of the cell. So it check all the substances which are moving from inside to outside and outside to inside the cell. That is called the selectively permeable membrane and it is also called a barrier. I hope these topics is clear to you. Next, a very small topic I would like to tell you, that is the permeability of the cell. Next is the permeability of cell. Now, permeability means cell allows the movement of the substances from outside to inside and inside to outside. So due to this nature of the plasma membrane, it is called permeability. It is called permeability. So on the basis of the permeability, the cells are of plasma membranes are of three types. The first one is permeable, impermeable, selectively permeable, and fourth one is semi-permeable. Permeability. What is the definition of permeability? Permeability means the substance can move from outside to inside and inside to outside. That is called the permeability, and the plasma membrane allows the movement of the substances, that is called permeability. But on the basis of that nature, the permeability of the plasma membrane is divided into the four parts, that is the permeable. First one is the permeable, means allow movement of all substances. Allow movement of all substances mean plasma membrane will not stop anything. Any substance can go inside and any substance can go coming outside. That is called the permeable. It is called permeable. Allow all the substances to go inside and outside. Second one is the impermeable. Do not allow the movement of substances. Do not allow the movement of substances means no one substance can move inside and no one substance can move outside the cell. That is called impermeable. Completely impermeable. It will not allow any substance. Selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it will allow the movement of selective movements. Selective movement of substances. And what is the semi-permeable? Semi-permeable means it will allow the movement of the solvent, not solute. Allow movement of solvent and not solute. Okay, so this is called the permeability of the plasma membrane or cell membrane. In the next coming videos we will discuss about the different processes which are performed by the plasma membrane or cell membrane. So till that, students, please have the proper practice and revision and just continuously update yourself with the given channel YouTube Golden Flower Paliyar. All the best.
Do self study at home and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.